Greetings. Thank you for joining us. My name is Carla Stead. I'm Senior Coordinator of Gifted Education and Academic Rigor Services. I'd like to begin by asking those students a question. Are you especially curious and love to learn new things, but you like to learn at your own pace in your own way? I'd like to tell you about the Young Scholars. The Young Scholars is Norfolk Public Schools program for highly motivated students in middle grade identified as gifted. This school within a school is housed at the Academy of Rosemont Middle School with specially trained faculty who provide research-based instruction that is both challenging and unique. The Young Scholars Accelerated Curriculum is built around a number of established gifted education principles. This includes differentiation, focused on higher-level thinking, enhanced content, and the development of independent, self-directed, autonomous learners. But what does that mean? Aligning ourselves with the words of Albert Einstein, the Young Scholars truly believes that education is not just about learning facts. It's about the training of the mind. And although there's certainly an emphasis on excellence in the program, it is not just about academics. It's also about character. A young scholar represents more than high academic ability. He or she is committed to the continuous intellectual and ethical improvement of self. This form of lifetime learning continues outside the classroom and is what remains, often when facts and figures sometimes don't stick. So what is an autonomous learner? George Bernard Shaw is quoted as saying, "What we want to see is the child in pursuit of knowledge and not the knowledge in pursuit of the child." This is about motivation and certainly applies to our gifted learners who sometimes love learning for its own sake and don't often listen to their teachers or parents. How many of us know that gifted child that can never seem to find their homework, but can turn around and reprogram your computer at a moment's notice? Or that other student that can't find their book report, but in the meantime is coordinating a multifaceted fundraising event? That's where the Autonomous Learner Program comes in. So the Autonomous Learner Module, or ALM, was developed by Dr. George Betts and Jolene Kircher to promote gifted students' growth towards independent, self-directed learning. ALM aims to help students develop the skills, ideas, and attitudes that coincide with the notion of lifetime learning and is the cornerstone of the Young Scholars program design. Therefore, ALM is infused throughout the Young Scholars curriculum, and its 4 core teachers are especially trained in the principles of ALM. Young Scholar students will have these same teachers all 3 years and are cohorted in those core classes with their Young Scholar peers. Furthermore, incoming 6th grade Young Scholars will take a special ALM elective that will help teach them these principles of autonomous learning, as well as give them opportunities to apply these skills. For example, students further apply them in 6th and 7th grade during their Night of the Notables presentation. And this culminates in their 8th grade doing their passion project, which really showcases their research, communication skills, along with critical thinking combined with their personal interests. So this next slide gives you a snapshot of the Young Scholars curriculum your student can expect to see. They will start taking high school credit courses in 7th grade, and they include algebra, geometry, both earth and environmental science, along with a foreign language. How do I become a Young Scholar? Well, the first prerequisite to be a Young Scholar is you do need to be identified gifted officially, either as general intellectual aptitude or with a specific subject, math or English. Your application should include 2 letters of recommendation. You should have positive discipline and attendance records, as well as a well-written application essay. If you make it to phase 2 of the application process, you will be invited to interview where you will present a project or product of your choosing, and you will also be asked to write another on-site application essay. Not all applicants will be invited to interview, and not all interviewers will be invited into the program. To learn more about the Young Scholars program, please attend the Young Scholars information session on Monday, January 11th at 5:30 p.m. during which you will have the chance to meet the Young Scholars teachers and student ambassadors as we go more in depth about the program. So in closing, I'm going to talk to the students again who might be thinking about the Young Scholars mind And yes, it might sound interesting, but it also sounds like there might be more work and maybe more expectations. And I can certainly agree to that. Yes, there will be a little more rigor than possibly you're used to, but that's only because young scholars are up to the challenge. A young scholar has the fortitude to meet this challenge head on and possibly be energized by it. And I can also attest of the special bonds that you will make with your fellow classmates and your teachers as you find your people and have some fun along the way. Thank you again for your time and for listening about the Young Scholars Program. I hope to see you on January 11th, but in the meantime, feel free to contact myself, Carla Stead, at the Gifted Education Academic Rigor Services office. The information can be found on how to contact us on the Norfolk Public Schools website. Have a wonderful evening.